All right, let's cut the crap, you lot. Wanted the dirt on Carey Mulligan, eh? Sweet little Brit, yeah, think again. This chick's got layers.
Total badass, hiding in plain sight.
We're going deep, folks. Wikipedia interviews, the whole 9 yards. Strap in, it's gonna get wild.
Image is squeaky clean, but trust me, she's got a wild side. You wouldn't believe some of the roles this woman has chosen.
First off, the rebellious streak. Told her parents to shove it when they wanted her to be a lawyer.
It's insane. Hotel business family wanted her on the straight and narrow, safe and boring, but Carey. She was born to act, even as a kid, pestering her brother's teachers to let her be in his school plays. Can you imagine?
Pub barmaid to fund her acting dreams. Not your typical silver spoon princess.
Hell no. Most kids would have caved to their parents. Not our Carey. Every drama school rejected her, and she still wouldn't quit. Even wrote to Kenneth Branagh for advice. That's dedication.
Fuck you energy, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of fuck you, Julian Fellows, the Downton Abbey dude, told her to marry a lawyer instead of acting. What a load of bullshit.
Insulting, really. Like, acting is beneath her. Clueless. Carey just laughed that off. Went and won a BAFTA, got an Oscar nomination. Who's laughing now?
Damn straight. Used his words as fuel. For those who don't know, BAFTA is basically the British Oscar, so yeah, big deal.
Huge. To get an Oscar nod so early in her career. She was only 24 when she did An Education, the film that launched her. Pure talent.
A goddamn masterpiece.
Ugh.
Played Jenny, the schoolgirl seduced by an older man. Breathtaking performance. Critics raved, BAFTA win, Oscar nomination.
A lot of people thought she deserved to win that Oscar. Tough competition that year, but her Jenny. So raw, so real. Captured the innocence, the curiosity, and then the heartbreak. Perfect.
Crazy to think that was just the beginning. From innocent schoolgirl to, wait for it, complex and unstable characters.
That's what's so brilliant about her. She's not scared of the dark side. Doesn't shy away from difficult roles. In fact, she's drawn to them.
Yeah, and it's not just any dark role. There's a pattern here, a thread connecting a lot of her choices. Think shame, wildlife, even promising young woman.
You're right. There's this theme of women grappling with trauma, with what society expects of them, with their own demons. Roles that challenge those expectations make us confront uncomfortable truths.
And she nails it every time. Shame was pretty fucked up, I'll admit. But she was incredible as Sissy, the sister battling addiction, and that messed up relationship with her sex addict brother.
Intense film for sure, but it showed her incredible range. Then there's Wildlife. She plays Jeanette, the housewife who has an affair after her husband loses his job. Vulnerable and destructive, Carey captures it perfectly.
Chameleon, disappearing into these roles. It's not just the acting, it's the choices she makes. Projects that make a statement, challenge the status quo.
Exactly. She takes risks, pushes boundaries, not for shock value. There's depth and intelligence there. She's using her fame to explore important social issues, giving voice to the marginalized.
That's what makes her so compelling. Not just another Hollywood starlet, she's a fucking artist.
Absolutely. And she's not limited to those intense roles either. She can handle big-budget Hollywood, too. Remember The Great Gatsby? Held her own against Leonardo DiCaprio. Not easy.
And her Daisy Buchanan. Enchanting and tragic. Brought real depth to the character. Looked damn good in those flapper dresses, too.
Even in a big-budget film like that, she chose a role with substance. Daisy's trapped in a gilded cage, and Carey brought that inner turmoil to life.
Speaking of captivating, she's a rock star on stage, too. Tony Award nomination, that's the theater world's Oscar.
Yep, nominated for Skylight, a play by David Hare. She played Kyra, the school teacher who reconnects with her former lover, a wealthy restaurateur. Powerful play about love, loss, and social responsibility. Carey was electric.
So this whole other side to her career, stage presence, just as impressive as her film work, makes you wonder, is she a better stage actress than a screen actress?
Tough one. She brings raw intensity to both. But on stage, there's an immediacy, a vulnerability that's captivating. You can feel the energy between her and the audience. It's electrifying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about Carey Mulligan without mentioning her badass choices in recent years. Promising young woman, and she said powerful statements.
Absolutely. She's using her platform to address important social issues with incredible nuance and depth.
Promising Young Woman was a goddamn revelation. She played Cassie, this woman out to avenge her best friend who was raped. Darkly comedic revenge thriller, tackles rape culture head on.
Her performance was mesmerizing. Captured the rage, the grief, the calculated cunning, chilling, and that ending, unforgettable.
Yeah, no shit. Brutal, uncomfortable, and completely unforgettable. Deserved that second Oscar nomination for that role. Career-defining performance.
And then there's, she plays Megan Toohey, one of the journalists who exposed Harvey Weinstein. Talk about a weighty subject.
That film was a punch to the gut, but so important. Showed the power of investigative journalism and how those women changed the world.
She brought a quiet intensity to the role, conveying the pressure and determination of those women who risked everything to speak out. Testament to Mulligan's commitment to taking on roles that make a difference.
Okay, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Her marriage to Marcus Mumford from Mumford and Sons, match made in heaven or a clever PR stunt?
Well, they actually knew each other as kids, pen pals who reconnected years later. Talk about a fairy tale romance.
Or is it? It's Hollywood after all. Match made in heaven or a clever PR stunt? The world may never know, but it definitely adds to the mystique.
It's the thing about Mulligan, you know? So private. No social media, no tabloid scandals, just pure talent and a big fuck you to all the Hollywood BS.
And you know what I respect about that? It's like she's saying, judge me on my work, not on who I'm shagging or what I had for breakfast.
Exactly. She said in interviews that she values her privacy, wants to be known for her acting, not her personal life. Shame more celebs don't feel the same.
Right. Like we need to know every goddamn detail about their lives. But back to the work. Let's circle back to those badass roles. What about her performance in Chaya? So what did you think?
Powerful stuff. Playing a fictional character with trauma is one thing, but portraying a real-life journalist who brought down Harvey Weinstein, that's a whole other level of responsibility.
No shit. And she nailed it. Quiet intensity. Like she was carrying the weight of all those women who'd been silenced for so long.
It's interesting, isn't it? The film itself is quite restrained, very procedural, not a flashy Hollywood version of things. And Mulligan's performance reflects that, not trying to be the hero, just doing her job, digging for the truth.
And that's what makes it so effective. It's not about her. It's about the women who came forward, but the system that let Weinstein get away with it for so long.
Exactly. Shows Mulligan's commitment to projects that matter, that contribute to a bigger conversation. And she's spoken out about her own experiences with sexism in the industry, too.
Damn right. Not afraid to call out bullshit when she sees it. Okay, and Promising Young Woman, holy shit. That film was like a grenade exploding in your face. I'm still thinking about it.
A dark comedy, a revenge thriller, takes on rape culture head-on and does it with style. Visually striking, killer soundtrack, and Mulligan's performance.
Wow. Fucking phenomenal. The rage, the grief, but also this cold, calculated cunning. It's chilling. And the ending. What a gut punch.
It stays with you, makes you think about trauma, how we fail survivors, sparks debate, which is what good art should do.
Did you know she was also an executive producer on that film? This woman is not just a pretty face. She's got brains and ambition, too.
Forced to be reckoned with, that's for sure. Taking on those challenging, provocative roles says a lot about her as an artist.
You know, it's funny. On the surface, she's this sweet, unassuming Brit. But there's this hidden depth, this darkness she brings to her characters, like she's tapping into some primal well of emotion.
That duality is what makes her so fascinating. She can show vulnerability and strength, sometimes in the same character. Not afraid to be unlikable, to show the flaws that make us human.
Exactly. Not interested in playing it safe or meeting expectations. Always pushing yourself, taking risks, challenging our perceptions.
That's what makes her such a gifted actress. She's not just performing, she's transforming. Disappears into these roles, makes us believe even when the characters are messed up, even disturbing.
Word. Not another Hollywood starlet. A fucking artist, like we said. Okay, stage work for a bit. You mentioned Skylight earlier, but she's done loads of other plays, right?
Oh yeah, seasoned stage actress. Back in 2008, nominated for a Drama Desk Award for her performance in The Seagull on Broadway.
Fancy. Did she win?
Sadly, no. Angela Lansbury got it that year. Still a huge honor to be nominated for a Drama Desk, especially that early in your career.
Tough break. But still, a Tony nomination and a Drama Desk nomination, that's pretty damn impressive.
Absolutely. Shows her versatility, big screen, live audience. She can handle it all. Not many actors can pull that off.
True that. What are the plays has she been in? Spill the tea.
Well, in 2011, she was in an off-Broadway production of Ingmar Bergman's Through a Glass Darkly. Played a mentally unstable woman, got rave reviews.
Intense. Bet she was brilliant in that. Sounds like her kind of role.
She was. The New York Times even called her one of the finest actresses of her generation.
Damn right. And then that solo show, Girls and Boys.
Another critically acclaimed performance, playing a woman telling this harrowing story, so powerful, so raw, audiences were speechless.
It's crazy, from a folk singer and the Coen brothers inside Llewyn Davis to these complex, often deeply troubled characters. Talk about range.
Testament to her range and fearlessness as an actress. She's not afraid to experiment, to challenge herself, push the boundaries.
So what's next for our girl, Carey? Got any insider info?
Well, she's got a voice role in Wildwood, a stop-motion animated film from Laika, the studio that did Coraline and Paranorman. Bit of a departure for her.
Cool. Anything else? Dying to know what other projects she's got lined up.
Yeah.
Always got something interesting brewing.
She's starring in a British comedy called The Ballad of Wallace Island. And get this, she's joining the second season of Beef, that dark comedy on Netflix, alongside Oscar Isaac.
No way. That's going to be epic. She and Oscar Isaac together again? I am so there.
It shows how much she's in demand and her ability to pick projects that are entertaining and thought-provoking.
Well, there you have it, folks. Carey Mulligan, the unassuming Brit who's quietly become one of those compelling actresses of our time.
A true original, an actress who defies expectations, keeps surprising us with every role she takes on.
Oh, and we can't forget Maestro, right?
Right.
That Bradley Cooper film about Leonard Bernstein.
Yep.
She's playing Felicia Montealegre.
Bernstein's wife.
Another complex character.
For sure.
Another chance for Carey to dive into some seriously deep emotional shit.
Exactly. And from what we've seen so far, she's absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
Felicia was a force in her own right, a talented actress and pianist, a woman who navigated her husband's complexities with grace and strength.
I feel it.
I have a feeling this is going to be another award-worthy performance.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets another Oscar nomination for this one.
You know what's really badass about Carey? How she navigates this whole crazy world of Hollywood while staying true to herself.
Yeah.
No drama, no bullshit,
Uh,
just focused on the work.
Totally. It's refreshing, isn't it?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
not playing the fame game. She's not chasing headlines. Just dedicated to her craft.
Yeah.
Uses her platform to advocate for causes she believes in, like raising awareness for Alzheimer's disease, supporting war child. She's using her voice to make a difference.
Right on. Beauty brains and a social conscience. Gotta love it. So, what's our final takeaway from this deep dive? Is Carey Mulligan a Hollywood darling or a rebel in disguise?
I think she's a bit of both, honestly.
Yeah.
She's achieved massive success in Hollywood, but she's done it on her own terms. Never compromised her integrity or her artistic vision. She's a reminder that you can be successful without playing the game, without selling your soul. Damn straight. She's a force of nature, a total badass who proves you don't have to play by the rules to make it in this business.
Exactly. She's a true original, a woman who has carved her own path, and she's done it with style, substance, and a whole lot of talent.
Well said. I think we've successfully shattered any preconceived notions you might have had about Carey Mulligan. She's not just some posh Brit. She's a complex, brilliant, and undeniably badass woman. Now go check out her films, her plays, everything she's ever done. Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
Couldn't agree more. She's a true gem. And I, for one, can't wait to see what she does next.
All right, folks, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of Carey Mulligan. Go forth and be amazed.